very welcome here tonight, and this is always one of the best parties of the year. There's a great buzz in the room, and there's always great energy when it comes to anything to do with students, and we hope that you're going to continue to join with us in the future. We're going to start by awarding the President's Awards for Research, which recognise excellence in the work of PhD students, academics and practitioners. These awards help to champion high-quality architectural investigation and to promote its dissemination and incorporation into the knowledge base of our profession. They raise the profile of architects engaged in research, and they highlight the need within the profession for strategic and innovative thinking. We'll then award the President's Medals, the RIBA's international programme of student awards. And these awards have been made since the 1850s, when the RIBA started offering a silver medal to reward students' achievements. In the 1980s, the bronze medal was added to reward Part 1 students. And in 2001, the Institute started awarding the Dissertation Medal. The popularity of the President's Medals keeps growing every year, and the participation of schools in these awards has been outstanding. And I'm very happy to announce that this year's President's Medals have broken their all-time record with the highest ever number of students nominated, resulting in the highest number of entries judged by our panel of experts. This year, the RIBA invited more schools than ever before in the history of the awards, with approximately 300 schools in over 60 countries. Each school submitted their best students' work, and after several judging stages, tonight we present you with the best of the best. This is truly one of the best nights at the RIBA, and certainly my favourite night. I've been coming here for 10 years for these awards, and it's really to celebrate the future talent of our profession. And it's the reward from professionals and academics. I'm very grateful to everyone across the Institute who have dedicated so much time and effort to deliver tonight's awards. And of course, our sponsors, who David mentioned, without whose generosity this event would not be possible. We're also hugely grateful to all of our other donors and RIBA members who have worked at the RIBA Education Department, showing strong support for students and of architectural education and research. For decades, the Institute has been supporting professional education and research by validating schools of architecture worldwide, by managing funding opportunities for students in financial hardship, and rewarding those who show the originality and capability to develop knowledge within our profession. This year alone, the RIBA has awarded £185,000. Much in all, as I'd like to put million there, it is £185,000 towards supporting architectural education and research. And it's the highest amount in the history of the Institute. Impressive as this may sound, this figure is still not enough in the context of our current economic climate. Over the last year, the number of applicants to our funding scheme to support architectural education was at a record high, and that is no surprise. With academic fees going up to £9,000 per year from the next academic year, it's expected that many more students will be in need of financial support. The RIBA would like to do more to support students and academics, but there's only so much that we can do with our limited resources. We're gathered here tonight to celebrate talent. However, we shall not and we must not forget that without the support of our profession, many students would not even be able to finish their studies and contribute to the future of architecture. If you're in a position to donate to our education fund, please do so. And since it was set up in 1997, our education fund has supported over 300 students. And it supported them in financial hardship with scholarships. This year we have received an unprecedented number of applications, which indicates that the future of our profession is in serious need of help. Your donation most certainly will make a difference and allow for the many talented students to prosper and showcase their work at awards and competitions like this. In fact, a number of students who submitted entries for this year's Presidential Medals were able to do so because they received funding from the RIBA Education Fund, which enabled them to successfully finish their Part 1 and their Part 2 courses. So tonight we appeal to you and to the community of architecture to help us in any way you can. Now, David did mention at the beginning of the session this evening, do not switch off your phone. We're not actually launching a new app, nor is this a game that you're going to take part in. This is rather more serious. This is, instead of a student coming up here and saying, hey, take note of this app, I'm doing it on their behalf. So I'm saying that we have here, I don't know if our slides come up yet. We have a RIBA Education Student Fund, and you can actually donate by text. I'm not expecting you to do it now, but I'm telling you about it. And it's certainly going to go up on my blog, and I hope it'll go viral, because it's one of those things that if you're supporting a student, you can do it quite quickly, within about 10 seconds, or 5 if you're one of these very young, talented people who can use their BlackBerries. So you can donate to the RIBA Education Fund quite easily, and I'm going to put this up on my RIBA blog as well. So the details are quite simply to text RIBA 01 followed by the amount, say £10, and it's 770. That's the call from the students. So all money raised towards the RIBA Education Fund goes towards supporting students and not towards anything else in the RIBA. So your donation can be made to make a difference for the future of architecture. So before we move on, I just thought that I should say something on a personal note, because I've been elected as the president of the Institute because I'm a campaigner, and I've been a campaigner all of my life. And I think one of the things that's so important in architecture, if we're to build the right environment for us to all live in, is diversity of our profession. And I think that the government's attitude to privatising education so that it's only going to go back to affordable education for rich kids, I think it's absolutely appalling. And I think that we have got to support our students, or we will not have the diversity that we've been fighting for at Architects for Change for the last 12 years. Diversity is a must for our profession if we're to survive and if we're to provide the best buildings and the best environment. A couple of weeks ago here, we launched I better get the exact name of it. The Pavilions of Protest, and it was the Vent exhibition. And the Pavilions of Protest was a group of architects, zaparchitecture.com. And David, I'm not going to go on too long about this. He's not expecting me to say anything. But zaparchitecture.com, Zora and Paul, that's where the initials came from, have started this fantastic campaign. It's going to be in RIBA Journal, and it's also on my blog. And what they have done is they have brought about what is the true cost of architectural education. It's likely to be £88,000, and that's going to close down that option for many people. So they've even got artworks for sale on their website. So I'm totally supporting architects and architecture students. And I will be out there with a placard in the streets if necessary. So please, I am your campaigning president. So I want to keep things on a positive note here. The other thing I wanted to say is there are so many people here that haven't been to the RIBA before. You are very welcome to come to the RIBA. You are very welcome to join in any of our sessions, and we will support you. And I think the important thing is that the RIBA is here to support the future of the profession, and the future of our profession starts with the students and the celebration here tonight. Thank you very much.